In the opening days of the Trump administration, there have been a flurry of executive orders, including a potential 25% tariff on goods imported from Canada and Mexico. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler.
And hello, I'm Scott Levin. That particular order could take effect tomorrow, February 1st. We have heard, of course, from politicians on this issue, but Channel 2's Ron Plant says today it was local business leaders speaking out as well. Right, Ron?
That's right, Scott. Now they're trying to enlist the public as consumers as well to spread a warning about what they feel will be a real shot to our cross-border economy. Yesterday in the Oval Office.
Look, Mexico and Canada have never been good to us on trade. They've treated us very unfairly on trade. And we will be able to make that up very quickly because we don't need the products that they have.
So today, words of warning with the scheduled so far Saturday, February 1st, imposition of the 25% tariffs and Canadian talk of tariff retaliation.
We are ultimately on the brink of a full-scale trade war with Canada because of a unilateral decision by the President of the United States.
Trump says it's also necessary to force Canada to bolster border security and drug enforcement. But today, leaders at Buffalo operations like Rigidized Metals, which buys up to 25% of its carbon steel from Canada, lining up to talk about potential impact.
Our largest customer, even last year, bought well over $2 million of product, and that would go up by $500,000. Now, do you think they're going to want to take that? And if they do put in the retaliatory tariffs, no.
Then imports like produce, lumber for home building, and maybe oil.
Regardless of where lumber comes from, these tariffs will make home ownership even less affordable.
Again, the border business reminder with all those trucks on the bridges, with a hard economic fact as well.
Over $116 million of merchandise goes across the borders between New York and Canada every day. Increase in costs in businesses flow down to increased cost to consumers. And that's something we all need to be aware of.
While there may be some backstage diplomacy underway with a Canadian ambassador on the left meeting the new Secretary of State, they just smiled with no response to questions. Serious Canadian consequences possible.
I think that right now, the retaliatory tariffs are on the table.
Some think Trump could still reverse course, like the funding freeze memo.
Hopefully, they'll listen to us just like they did earlier this week, and they rescind this order as well.
Trump's press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, today confirming the 25% tariffs will be imposed on Canada and Mexico, with a 10% tariff on China as well. The Canadians also promising their response. By the way, the stock market today closing down over 300 points. We've seen worse. We'll see what happens Monday. And by the way, on Buffalo's Nightly News at 7, we're going to have the perspective of a Canadian journalist as well. On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.